Good morning, ladies and gents. Finally, the wipe is here. Let's go through the patch notes. I have not seen them, so you're gonna see my live reaction right now. I literally woke up 4.5 minutes ago, and here we are checking the patch notes. So, patch 0.16.8.0, July 9th. Alright. New content. Hardcore wipe. Added balancing adjustments to trading mechanics. AI behavior, in-game tasks, experience and skill gain, availability of the weapons, equipment, loot, flea market, and other changes aimed at creating a unique and a challenging game experience. There will be several planned stages of progression with additional changes. Follow the announcements on our socials and on the project website to learn all details first. We will also be monitoring player feedback closely and will make balancing changes beyond the planned stages if necessary. Alright, PvE mode will not be affected by the hardcore wipe changes. I actually think that's an L. I think if PvE was affected by hardcore wipe, that'd be a cool experience for people, especially with how I think personally PvE would be more enjoyable with PvE with hardcore would be more enjoyable than PvP with hardcore, in my opinion. So that's a bit of an L, but here we are. All right, starting with an L. Prestige. Added 2 new prestige levels with exclusive rewards. New PMC character voices. All right, that's actually interesting. So what kind of voices we can see? I have a couple of ideas. First of all, a lot of people were asking for British USEX. Like, my British, my those kind of voices, so we can get that. And a lot of people, including me, were kind of expecting a English broken bear. We did get English broken bear in the past, but it's not broken English. It's more like they're like simulating American accent and trying to speak it perfect instead of being like, "Oh, bled, why you shoot? Bled, stop shoot." Instead of that, they speak like proper English, and that's the kind of English I was expecting. So hopefully we get like very broken English Russian voice lines. And I've seen very broken USEC voice lines leaked somewhere on YouTube like a year ago or something. I'm not sure if that was true, but it sounded really good. It was literally like, the way Americans spoke Russian in the 90s movies, that kind of thing. So maybe we'll be getting broken USEC voice lines that speak Russian, and that's gonna be really, really sick. All right, new PMC outfits. We already seen so far, like so-called the red tracksuit, Tarkov red tracksuit. Probably gonna see it on Reddit. Yes. So this tracksuit is incoming. There's been some speculations that this could be from the All on Red achievement, which takes you through a couple of quests, and the achievement is really expensive to do. I don't know if this achievement is going to be feasible this wipe, because you need to collect like 30 of each stims, you need to collect like 8 taigas, you need to collect 8 zhuks, the green level 6 zhuks, 15 thermals, the level 6 helmets, which you buy for the GPU from Ragman, and many things. So, yeah, I'm not sure if it's going to be tied to achievement, and if it is, I expect it to be very freaking expensive. Like, I don't know, 10 mil, maybe 40 million rubles for the tracksuit. Also, some people were speculating that this is available for the EOD, because, like, BG promised us an EOD armband and EOD unique drip, so this could be the thing. I think we're also getting summer clothing. Let's see if we can find anything. I don't know, drip. Because Nikita teased the summer drip not that long ago, like Hawaiian t-shirts, Hawaiian shirts on his Twitter. So we might be getting that. We are getting new mannequin poses for the gear rack. Okay, new posters for the hideout. New target styles for the shooting range. New hideout customization options. And new dog textiles. My bad. This also says new prestige rares with exclusive rewards. So those are the rewards for the prestiges. My bad. I talked about it more generally, but this is for prestige. We've seen the dog tags. I think we've seen some of the hideout customization options. I wonder if we're getting any of the new knives for the prestige, because that'd be kind of nice as well. All right. After earning prestige 3 and 4, skills and weapon mastery will have their progression saved by 15% for Prestige 3 and 20% for Prestige 4. Weapon helmets, armor, and attachments will become available for prestige item transfer. Okay, so this is a questionable thing that skills and weapon mastery will have their progression saved by 15% for prestige 3 and 20. And I'm gonna tell you about a couple of things which are still confusing and we're not gonna know them until the wipe actually happens and we can log into the game, which I'll show you when we can actually log into the game. So the problem with prestige is, first thing, we don't know if this is actually saved after the prestige. I have prestige too, right? And I don't know if I'm gonna start this wipe with higher skills. So that's the first problem. If everything gets wiped, do I start with higher skills? Because prestiging is one thing, but getting wiped after prestige is a different thing. So we don't know if you're actually gonna start the new wipe with extended skills, like with high level skills. And the second problem is, even though it says 15 to 20%, this thing, it is not calculated properly. So even though I'm on prestige 2 right now, I think whenever I prestiged, it said that it's gonna give me 20% of my skills. So whenever I prestiged, my endurance was level 51, right, which is max level, and it said 20%. I'm gonna keep 20% of my skill level. I thought that 20% would equal level 10, which is quite logic, right? Or maybe it's at 10%. All right, let's say it's at 10%. I think 10% makes sense because they increasing by 5%. Let's say it's at 10%. I thought I would keep I don't know, like 5 levels, right? I would be level 5 whenever I prestiged. However, when I prestiged, my skill wasn't level 5. My skill was level 1, because the way they're calculating those 10% is actually skill points. And I was level 1, and that feels like nothing, because you get level 1 endurance after 3 raids in Tarkov. You literally, sorry, I was like level 2. I mean, it makes sense. Like, I was nothing, but it gave me like no points. So yeah, you play like 3 Tarkov raids, and your endurance goes by 1 level, and that's what level I was after I prestiged. So secondly, it doesn't work properly. Is that fixed? I don't know. I guess we'll see. AK-50. Added the AK-50 anti-material sniper rifle with a related task chain to obtain it. Alright, so there's gonna be a task chain to obtain it. That's interesting. So it's not like a boss weapon. It's actually buyable after doing a task. Interesting. Changes. AI. Readjusted the PMC bot spawn system. Now AI PMCs will no longer spawn immediately.
Wow, Patchnotes.
Wow, yeah, dude, look at those patch notes. Holy. AI will no longer spawn immediately at points of interest and will instead have remote spawn points, making them travel to loot pool AIs and compete with the player. Interesting, but I hope AI spawns at the beginning of the raid and they actually are there, because it's a bit of a, pain in the ass to look for AI and not being able to find them on the map, especially when you need to kill them for the quest. So hopefully that works. Overall, good change, I like it. Improve the friendly foe notification system for PMC bots to distribute the availability of spawn points and check them for the enemies. Fix several bugs where regular bots and PMC bots will not be hostile towards each other. I guess that's for PvE. PMC bots will now try to avoid bosses areas and may still engage in a fight with them. Quality of life improvements. Added the stash auto-scroll function when click dragging an item. Stash auto-scroll function when click dragging an item. So I think this is what it means whenever you drag an item, like let's say you drag an item up and down. Like if you go at the top part of your screen and there is space, the stash is gonna automatically scroll up. This is actually very neat because, like, moving items up and down if you don't use page up and page down can be quite tedious. So yeah, that's an interesting change. Added a storage stacking limit for containers. This is necessary to avoid situations where players would get stuck on the profile loading screen due to excessive amount of items in your stash. You've been storing too much shit, boys. The change will mostly affect PvE players who have stacked 7 or more items inside each other, like backpacks. All items that exceed the limit will be deleted. GG's. Character customization. Added new unique PMC customization options available on the updated website. Oh, so we can actually buy them. Let's have a look. Hey, yo, Vizard, thank you so much for the raid. Hope you had an amazing stream. We're going through the patch notes. All right, let's have a look at the new drip that they released. Apparel unlock. All right, USEC. What do we have for USEC? I guess all of this is old. This is old. This is old. This is old. Okay. Bear. This is old. This is old. This is old. This is old. Okay. Added new unique PMC customization options available on the updated website. Okay. Very nice new skins. Okay, okay, bro. End of the patch notes, kind of. Fixes. Fix several issues with the sound occlusion and incorrect audio propagation in all locations. All right. I guess we're gonna see what kind of drip we get. My bet is maybe it's the summer drip that Nikita showed on his Twitter. But yeah, those are the patch notes. When the patch is uploaded, I'll make a separate YouTube video showing all the visible changes. And once again, thanks so much for watching the video. I will see you in the next one, in another video today. Give it a thumbs up and sub to my YouTube channel.